Right, hello there. It's Jacob here for Firebrand Astrology, Tarot, and Intuitive Healing. Right, I haven't done one of these for a very long time, and I have someone called Kate Feathers to thank for getting me back on the path and doing this. I had a very good reading with her this week, and she was very accurate and intuitive and healing and helpful. So where are we this week? Well, for the week beginning Monday, the 16th of May, wow, we've got a lot of bloody earth energy at the moment. We have the Sun, Venus, Mercury in Taurus, we have Jupiter in Virgo, and we have Pluto in Capricorn. So it's a lot of earth energy. So for fire signs and air signs especially, this can be quite heavy going. We can feel quite, heavy, grounded, too stuck. The earth signs like it because they feel a lot more grounded. They feel more connected to the earth because of all this earth energy. We need to be connected to the earth more. We need to be more kind of grounded. We need to be more kind of stable and secure in ourselves. We also need to be really kind of focusing on the cycles of the earth. So in the northern hemisphere it's spring going into summer. In the southern hemisphere it's autumn going into winter. So the changes of the seasons and the cycles of the earth and stuff like that. Obviously here in the northern hemisphere it's all growth, everything's sprouting and growing and the flowers are coming up and stuff is going on the trees and it's all about renewal. But in the southern hemisphere obviously the leaves are coming off the trees and the plants are getting ready for the winter and they're preparing for that change. So this week, the whole of this week, we have Jupiter trining Mercury. Jupiter has just gone direct. It's just beginning to, he's sort of almost still at the moment and beginning to move forward over all the stuff Jupiter moved backwards over the last 6 months in the sign of Virgo between like 14 and 22 degrees. That's where he retrograded. And Mercury just started to be going retrograde in Taurus. So you need to refer to what houses that is in your chart. And Jupiter is wanting to go, is moving forward and wanting to expand, but Mercury still is wanting to go over old stuff. So this is a really good time because Jupiter is in Virgo. This is a really good time to kind of go over your past healing and talk about it. And talk to people about past stuff that needs to be healed. Mercury is going backwards, so it's wanting to go back over stuff, because Jupiter's beginning to go forward. He wants to heal stuff, so it's a really good time now of the Mercury retrograde and shadow period to talk about things to people that you want to heal and make better, basically. Mercury is also trining Pluto. So, Pluto is all about transformation and uncovering secrets and uncovering stuff. So it is a good time to uncover the deeper, darker things, why you've fallen out with people, why you have issues and you have misunderstandings and upsets and hurts to people. Pluto is uncovering all of that, and because Mercury is also going backwards, you are wanting to talk about this, but remember Jupiter is also trining Pluto, so the desire to heal is there, the desire to make it better and expand the healing process is there to support you, because Jupiter is expansive and is the biggest planet, but Jupiter is squaring Saturn. Okay, so what this means is you may not believe or have a belief or a thought patterns that you can heal things or they can change, or you may believe that by talking about it and making over all the old ground because of Pluto and Mercury moving retrograde isn't going to be supportive for you. However, you have to remember that Jupiter is trining Mercury and Jupiter is trining Pluto. So really, now is the time to go over it and transform it. On Monday, the moon is in Virgo, moving into Libra. So on Monday, we're going to be wanting to stop analysing our emotions and beginning to balance them out and find harmony in ourselves. Venus is trining Pluto as well for a few days. So Venus trining Pluto is we're really going to want to kind of love the transformation and love wanting to transform and put love into the healing process and put love into the things you're talking about and going over and the past that you're re-raking to heal. And on Tuesday, the moon stays in Libra all day and trines Saturn and trines Mars. Not trines, sorry, sextiles Mars and sextiles Saturn, which means that there'll be there'll be emotional support to move these forward and perhaps move your belief patterns forward to encompass the dynamics of wanting to transform everything. However, because the moon is squaring Pluto, there is the chance of emotional volatility to come up here in terms of that. On Wednesday, the moon is in Libra most of the day and goes into Scorpio towards the night. The moon will quincunx Venus again and oppose Uranus. So in some respects, you may encounter some emotional opposition to wanting to change things, and it may be a little bit tricky to kind of to feel what you want to talk to your loved ones and to feel the need to transform. And with the moon opposing Uranus, there might be that people are wanting to do something different and stuff will come out. Stuff will come out to surprise you. So it could be when you're raking over the past, you hear stuff that you didn't know about at the time. The moon is in Scorpio all day on Thursday and will oppose Venus and Mercury. However, the Sun is at the last degrees of Taurus, so we're going to be tested on the Taurus lessons around our soul capital and how we value ourselves and kind of tested on how grounded we are. On Friday, the Sun moves into Gemini. Now, this means we're going to become the energy will liven up and be a lot more chatty and kind of flippity-gibbet, moving about. A lot of people are going to probably be a bit more kind of, duality around them, The moon is still in Scorpio, but the moon will, as I said, will be opposing both Venus and Mercury these 2 days. On Saturday, the moon moves into Sagittarius, so we have a full moon on the Saturday at 1 degree of Gemini and Sagittarius, which means we're going to have two full moons in Sagittarius in this Gemini season, because it falls so the full moon falls at the start of Gemini, and the full moon will be the end of Gemini as well. So we're going to be really pushed on the Gemini lesson. On Sunday, we have a moon in Sag all day, and the moon will cross Saturn and Mars. So we might be talking too much. We might be too much chatter and too much kind of not focused chatter, because we do need to talk, because Mercury is in Taurus and mind to talk and ground, but the chatter might be too all over the place, too gossipy and snipey. But also the Sun will oppose Venus, because Venus is going to move into Gemini as well very soon. And the card or cards for the week. Interesting. Right, okay, so which is really interesting. So we've got the Lovers, which is always kind of seen as the Gemini card, and we've got the Knight of Swords, and the Swords is clearly, air, the element of air. So what we are being told here, and here you see on one side it is night and one side it is day. We need to be embracing our duality, embracing the Gemini duality in preparation for the Sun going into Gemini on Saturday. Not only that, we need to be kind of wrapping up the Taurus energy and the Earth energy, because it's going to shift with both the Sun and Venus moving into Gemini very soon. Sun on Saturday and the Venus a couple of days later. The things are going to be less grounded for us, so it's not going to be so stuck in the mud and grounded. Things are going to start moving, thoughts and speaking and all of that is really going to move forward. Now with the Knight of Swords, we need to be mindful, because we're going to be wanting to talk a lot more and communicate a lot more. We need to be mindful about how we communicate, because we still have Mercury retrograde. We've got Pluto in Capricorn. We've got Pluto is very deep and transformative. Mercury is moving backwards. So again, it's going to be, when you're bringing up the past and talking about the past and intending to heal it to move forward, be careful about how you communicate that and talk about that. Don't try not to be too cutting or bitchy or snipey or anything like that. You need to be grounded in your communication, and you need to be very clear, like the sword. You need to cut to the truth of your truth as to what's going on, in order to kind of heal the past. Because Mercury's backwards, it's communicating the past, because Jupiter's beginning to build up to move direct. He has stopped being retrograde, but he's kind of stillish at the moment. The desire to expand our healing is going to increase, so be mindful of what you communicate and how you communicate when you're wanting to kind of move forward and heal, and talk about all the stuff that has pissed you off over the last however long. Okay, thank you.